All right, guys, here we go. I cannot emphasize enough how trades is critical. We gotta learn these trades, guys. All right, so we back at this site right here, man, guys. I got my sign here. And guys, to be honest with you, I can care less whether or not this is my guy that's selling the house, Drew. Um, guys, to be honest with you, man, I'm not really in a push or rush to get this thing sold right now. Um, I'd rather get this thing up and get the cabinets in. I think the cabinets is where this is a spec home, so I want to get the cabinets in. And once I get the cabinets in, then then I kind of really push to get this thing done. But I got some more gravel should be delivered today because I got my slab guy's gonna come here in the morning. He's gonna come here with a skid steer. This is kind of what the house is gonna look like. Although it's gonna be reversed, and you want to have this right here so that the people can, people, to be honest with you, man, don't have a lot of vision. They can't see what's going on. So these are the houses in this neighborhood here. You can kind of see some of the houses in this neighborhood here. And this right here is going to fit right in with it. It's going to be a cross between these guys and that guy right here. It's not going to sit up as high as those right there. That's why I put on a slab like this right here. But, it's going to kind of be a cross between the two. It's going to be on a stem wall slab. I also had to come through here, man. I had a mess here. That would happen as soon as I get on this right here. So, guys, I had a mess here the other day, man. About a week ago, I had a total mess here. It was mud all in the road, guys. I live right down the street, so what was happening was my cars and stuff was going through here. My tires are getting all messed up. So, I had my silk guy, guys. When you're doing your silk fence, go ahead and put I would put about right now silk fence is probably running me about $5.50 a foot to install this right here. This is a Class A silk fence. I put this in here. I need to repaint that right there. This is a Class A silk fence, which means it has the wire in it. And notice how the posts are here. See, the water's coming this way, and the posts are behind the silk fence. And so, and notice how the silk fence is also buried. It's buried here, and they typically are compact on this side, but it's buried. And so this right here actually goes up under the ground, so that any water coming, any siltation or anything come through, it won't go up under the fence. I've seen people just get that stuff from Home Depot. They get it from Home Depot. It don't have the wire in it, and they just kind of they hammer the posts in the ground, and this stuff right here at the bottom is not buried. That's not doing you a bit of good because your erosion and all the silt and stuff is coming up under it, and it's doing exactly what you don't want it to do. Also, I had him to go ahead and, like I said, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I pay about $5.50 a foot on this stuff. This is what it usually costs me, a linear foot on installing this right here. And I do this on my quote, and I typically do about 300 feet of it because, if I go up this line and go up here, that's about 200 feet. So I usually, when I'm quoting, I quote about 300 feet because I don't really know what kind of terrain we're going to be getting in, when I start building. But on this one right here, guys, I would go ahead and put about $7 instead of $5.50. I would go ahead and put $7 a foot. So that's another maybe $1.50 a foot that you're paying because you're gonna have to call the guy back out here. He's gonna have to fix a lot of stuff. Your trucks are gonna come in and hit some of these things. They don't like to run into these right here. Now the wooden ones from Home Depot, they struggle with those. They ain't gonna hit those. But these right here, we just don't know how this erosion is gonna do. What kind of rain we're gonna get here, and it's gonna mess these up. So I had these guys to redo this right here, get this stuff out the road, because you don't want it to have an impact. You can kind of see this one over on this side on the storm system. That all that siltation, it will clog these inlets up, and you have yourself a problem. This is why neighborhoods flood out. So I made sure I put one on both sides. And you can get these right here. They make suppliers that come in and all your erosion control guy can handle this right here. So this is kind of what you want, man. This is about 25 feet inlet protector. And so I put that in and it's gonna keep all that stuff from getting in here, but the one we had in here was real muddy. So this is what you want. Now, one thing that I'm missing here, and I got gravel coming here today, you know, I need about 20 feet of gravel right here, guys, so that when these trucks come up and down this right here pathway and they get kind of wet, all that dirt don't get on the road. It'll at least scrape off the tires with this right here. So that's kind of what you want, guys. For some reason, truck got in here, man. They said that he couldn't unload here, man. I just don't get it, man. These guys have come up with it. So I just told him, man, I literally just came out here and painted this stuff on the ground. I said, man, put the gravel. Just start right here and work your way up this way. So this is what we got. So this is some of the blocks we got. We'll send some of these blocks back. See this erosion coming down? We got to have a wall to stop all this right here. It's starting to try to come down right here. So we'll stop all that. We'll get that. That ain't nothing but, see, it's coming down. So we had to put a wall up there to stop all that stuff. So we got this right here. You know, I probably, depends on how we do it, man, because that skid steer got to get up in here. It has to get up in here. Okay. So I got to fill all this right here full of gravel. And they'll probably go just as high as just right there. Is where we'll stop right there. This is the front stoop, so they about done. So we have all this right here full of gravel. This right here be full of gravel. We'll fill this right here in gravel. So it's probably gonna take me, guys, it's gonna take me about 10 loads of gravel to do what I need to do. Skill set, guys. You gotta have skills, man. I'll tell you what, man, these guys right here, just learn a trade, man. You cannot beat this right here. And we're gonna stop right there, right? Yeah, good deal. All right, so they about done. Gotta figure out something else to do with the rest of the day, I guess. So this is what we want, guys. So we'll have all this right here. This will be on the slab. So I'll bring my students out here today, man, and we'll measure these right here. We'll measure everything just to make sure we got enough space, make sure everything works out properly. You know, I got the lumber package. Got more sand than what I need. I'm always monitoring this stuff right here, man. I got way more blocks than I need. So this right here can go back. I'll send this back, guys. I count them up. I'm gonna come out here and count them. But I'm gonna get this slab in first before I start counting blocks up, trying to make that determination. I got some additional dirt over here. Where that concrete right there come from? So I got some additional dirt. Builder down the street said that he needs some dirt, so I may let him borrow a little dirt. You guys can see where my brick ledge is. And remember now, this right here, now I may have to have a little walkway, a little walk path to go right up here. And we'll just have to see. We have to have a little walkway to handle this right here. I wonder who is that. I hope they ain't for me. See these trucks on the road? They may be for me. So I got my field lines coming all through here. Once you get your slab in, guys, you can have these guys to, once you get your slab in, you can do what you call a foundation survey. And then you send that to the city, or send that to the municipality, which is, in this case, Shelby County. And then they come in, so we got to have some blocks up here to hold this dirt up here. Keep all this from running. But once you do that, you're gonna have you're gonna send it in, and they will allow you to start going vertical. Then you can start building vertical. You can't build vertical right now until they do a foundation in place survey. Which what they're doing is they're making sure that this property is set. It meets the zoning ordinance. So that's what you want to make sure. But other than that, guys, it's gonna be a nice looking little house, man. I tell you, man, it's gonna be sitting right here. It's gonna be nice. Man, these guys got some nice trucks, man. I'm sitting here driving this little Prius, man, but I guess I'll be okay. All right, guys, that's another one.